We're celebrating the culinary classics of Italy today on Food's Greatest Hits. We just gorged ourselves on pizza, which may make you wonder, where do we go from here? Well, our next classic is as Italian as the Roman Colosseum, but as American as Mount Rushmore. It's that delectable combination of protein and starch known as spaghetti and meatballs.
When I think of spaghetti and meatballs, it's just like childhood. You want those noodles to be perfectly al dente and just sitting like beautifully piled on your plate.
It all comes down to the sauce. And you meet a good, authentic Italian family, they always say, it's the sauce.
And then 3 meatballs, because an odd number always looks pretty, and they should be big, honkin' meatballs.
So, what is it exactly? Well, it's a plate of long, fine pasta covered in red marinara sauce and topped with meatballs is what it is. Spaghetti comes from the Italian word spago, meaning thin string or twine, which makes sense. The word meatball, well, that's English for ball of meat. And nearly every country in the world does their take on it. They're called köttbullar in Sweden, and kufta in Turkey. And in Italy, they're called polpette. But here's the weird thing. You can't get spaghetti and meatballs in Italy. For real. Nobody thought to put meatballs on top of spaghetti. So the question is, how did it get here? Well, unsurprisingly, it took America to give spaghetti its balls. Between 1890 and 1920, 4 million Italians immigrated to America, mostly from the poorer southern region of Italy. In the old country, meat was a luxury they could rarely afford, but in America, where they prospered, well, they started putting meat on everything. And it didn't take Italian immigrants long to realize that polpette, that's meatballs, remember, would be perfect on top of spaghetti. Spaghetti and meatballs was a hit, and faster than you can say, that's amore. This new Italian-American dish became a classic family dinner across America. Yep, there's no doubt that spaghetti and meatballs wouldn't have become a thing if not for the bounty of America. And nothing says we've arrived like a dish being served up in burger form.
Oh my gosh.
It's the meatball burger.
Is that spaghetti?
Give me a spaghetti sandwich over here.
I want to know how it's made like that.
I don't know.
Sure, we can tell you. It's a spaghetti and meatball burger with a giant meatball patty smothered in marinara sauce and a deep-fried spaghetti bun. We made this dish to honor the born-in-America story of spaghetti and meatballs. And what better way to do so than serving spaghetti and meatballs in burger form?
I'm a little intimidated about this one.
1, 2. I really like the meat. It tastes really good.
It tastes great.
Yeah, it's very good.
I love the concept of it. I think it's really cool.
Christmas dinner? It's on me. Like, I'll make this for Christmas. That's what I'm trying to say.
I would love to see someone on a New York subway pull this out and eat it.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at over here?
So our meatball burger is a new American classic. But if we're gonna talk honestly for a minute, the one thing that some folks just don't like about spaghetti and meatballs is that sometimes you just don't get enough meatball on top of all that beautiful pasta. Well, if you're nodding your head right now, we heard you loud and clear, and our next dish is for you. It's the inside-out spaghetti and meatballs.
Largest meatball I've ever seen.
Way bigger than my fist.
I feel like the magic is in the middle.
Yeah.
Is there a whole pizza inside this meatball?
No. But there definitely is a surprise inside this meatball. Can our tasters guess what it is?
Oh,
Spaghetti. Oh my gosh.
they reversed it.
Hey,
Oh,
bada boom,
right.
bada bing.
This is, in fact, spaghetti and classic marinara sauce inside a giant meatball, all sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. This dish tests if putting the spaghetti inside the meatball gives you the perfect combination of pasta, sauce, and meatball in every bite.
Oh yeah, that works.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's amazing.
I like the cheese and how it just marries with the meat.
I just think it's really good.
I kind of like this because I really prefer more meatball than spaghetti.
You know, often you're like, I didn't get enough meatballs. Well, I think you got enough meatballs in this one.
Yeah.
The cheese and meatballs, the sauce, all just blends together to make something magical.
Well, we're glad you liked it. But what if you showed up late for dinner and missed the main course of spaghetti and meatballs? Well, before you head to the kitchen to lick the pot on the stove, grab a seat at the table, because our final remix of spaghetti and meatballs is a dessert that takes our love for this Italian classic to the next level.
Whoa!
It's cupcakes with a chance of meatballs.
It smells
Yeah,
very
it's
sweet.
like a chocolate.
So they're not meatballs.
No.
Nice
I
way
like
to
it.
trick us.
What do you think it tastes like?
Well, that depends. How do you think angel food cake with icing pasta, hazelnut and chocolate meatballs, coconut bits instead of Parmesan cheese, and a strawberry ragu will taste?
Oh, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, you went
Oh, I'm really excited about it.
Yes. Yum. Kudos to the chef.
It like dissolves in your mouth.
This is the best cupcake I've ever had.
My favorite part was the cupcake itself.
Really messy, but so delicious.
Well, isn't messy and delicious the very definition of a perfect plate of spaghetti and meatballs? So whether you're eating it in an Italian restaurant or at home or around Nona's table, this Italian classic will always hit the spot. And that's why spaghetti and meatballs is one of food's greatest hits. Coming up, a crunchy, creamy Italian dessert that's so good, this show can only get better.